In this tutorial, you will learn how to edit your render or photograph, how to do the color correction correctly, and how to color grade and retouch your render inside Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom. Also, you can download the project file and Lightroom preset to practice with me. Now let's dive in. Hello everyone, I'm Said Mandegar. Welcome back to yet another tutorial. If you're new in my channel, thanks for choosing my video, and if you're with me for a while, I'm so excited to have you again. In this video, I'm gonna break down all the required steps of post-production. Essential edits. Clear the scene from problems that have made during rendering. Essential adjustments. To correct the colors, brightness, and contrast of the scene. Color grading. To correct or change the feel and look of the scene. And final retouching to clear any problems that might have been made during previous levels. As you see, here the sofa's texture looks a bit weird. So what I'm gonna do is to create a sample and lay it on that area. I make a selection, copy and paste it on a new layer, then I add a mask to it and try to apply some feather to make it smooth selection. Now let's repeat it on this area to make sure the sofa looks great. Also, you may see some more such problems around, but the point is just to show you how to fix such a problems. You can merge the layers or convert it to smart objects or just leave it. To select a specific area, it's always better to use the render elements. But if you don't have that, I suggest you use Magic Wand tool or use the different types of lasso tool and pen tool. Make sure you press and hold the shift key or check this icon to add the selections. I think the sofa is a bit bright, to be honest, so I use the curve tool to make a slight difference. Also, I changed the brightness so much later in this video. That was just for a better matching. I do the exact same thing for this plant too. I use this technique to change the environment lighting. Notice that the outside area has to be brighter than the inside, so try to increase the brightness as much as possible. So now the first step is done. I applied the required essential edits on this shot. So let's start doing the adjustment after a very short break. Once I'm done with editing, I try to correct the colors and control the overall brightness and contrast. I add a curve adjustment here, but before using it, let's add a threshold map to find the darkest and brightest point to pin, so I can read the color information and use them as reference to correct the colors. First, I look for the brightest part. Okay, let's pin this point. And now the darkest point. Okay, pin this point too. And lastly, I need to pin a point where I feel the color looks natural. Okay, let's take a look at the info tab to see how different the RGB values are. Now it's better. Here in the first pin, the red value is higher than the others. So let's make a balance between them by increasing or decreasing the values just by dragging up or down. As I match the second pin, you see that the first red value has changed a bit, so I need to correct it again and again until all of them are fixed. Now let's edit the previous ones again. It takes some time to make them uniform. Now the base color is okay, so I can change it to a mood I want. Let me add the vibrance to increase the color density. And the last one is selective color adjustment. It helps me to control each color channel. This item can be used in different ways based on personal interests. Let's select the floor and then reverse the selection so all the scene will be selected except the floor. Now I enhance the color as the way I want. It's completely based on my personal interests. I think it's not working. Let me delete this mask and make a new one. Now I think I should correct the brightness. Once I'm done with the brightness adjustment, I basically do the rest using shadows and highlights item. I just wanted to enhance the highlights, so I reduce the shadows and just play with the highlights amount. I think it's so cool now. If you think it's too much or you change your mind, simply double click on the adjustment icon beneath the layer to edit that again, or change the layer's opacity. Now it's time to add some cool effects that is optional, but I highly recommend to test. Maybe it helps you to make it more unique and beautiful. I think it's better to reduce the opacity down to 50% or so. Yeah, it's better. Next step, color grading in Lightroom. Let's enhance the image professionally. Simply drag and drop your image file into Lightroom area. Go to the Develop menu and start enhancing your image. So here, by using these items, I color grade it as the way I like it, and I recommend you to do it in your way and make your own style. For sharp or full of noise scenes, luminance can help a lot, but be careful not to go far. Okay, now I think I need to focus on the sofa. Okay, now I think I need to focus on the sofa. So I enable the brush tool and start painting around after I set up the brush size and feather. I just need to match the noise threshold. Okay, that looks great. Let's compare. I think now it looks even more natural, to be honest. Now, as you see here, I forgot to retouch some areas. I'll do it in the next step, that is actually the final step of my post-production. Let's do the final retouching in Photoshop. There are many different tools and tricks to clean such overbright pixels, but I use a spot healing brush in such situations, cause it's easy and fast. It will bring good results. All you need is to paint over those areas, or click, press shift and click again on the end of the overbright area to clean that up. As you see, I could clean those areas so fast. I mean, not as fast as you've seen cause I tripled the video speed, but it takes a few minutes to do it. Let me show you the before and after this process. And here you see the result of each steps I made through this tutorial. By the way, does that keyboard shortcut help you? Please let me know in the comments. Please like this video if it was helpful and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on that bell to be notified about the next video. See you soon. Have fun!